So let me share with you guys when I, as a floor nurse, first realized that this wasn't about our health. And probably one of the big red flags for me when it came to the jib jab. Um, what you all need to know, and I know some of you guys do know this, the doctors and nurses and healthcare workers who were critically thinking and questioning things and trying to raise awareness, caution, alarm to what was going on have been shut down, especially on other apps. We've been banned, our videos taken down, silenced on TikTok. Any nurse that was on there telling the truth, their accounts were banned. I was banned off that app for like 6 months. So we'll see if I can tell it on this app. You know, I said that in another video that a lot of things I saw were just astounding to me, and this is one of them. I was a floor nurse in a long-term care acute rehabilitation facility. I was a floor nurse for a decade. I've taken a break because I needed a mental break because nursing is just exhausting anyway, guys. It was bad before Row, and Row just sent a lot of us over the edge. And then the ones that did make it through that, you know, with the mandates, the ones who were standing up to that have been terminated. So it's just been a living nightmare. I woke up in hell one day is what happened. And, you know, discussing this with a lot of my coworkers, everybody knows that what I'm saying is true. And everybody knows that the things going on is not what we were taught in school, but a lot of people were afraid to speak up because their jobs are on the line. I have always been a spitfire and a strong advocate for my patients. I came into work one day through all this, and all of my patients, the whole facility, they had gone through and discontinued everyone's breathing treatments. We're talking about COPD patients, chronic congestive heart failure patients, medicines discontinued. I was like, are you kidding me? Like, what is going on here? Now, the reasoning behind this was that my facility remained Row free, and that's something I actually take pride in. That's a separate video. So I'd come in, you know, my patients' breathing treatments were discontinued, and the reason why is because if they could possibly have Row, then they could possibly spread the virus through the aerosols of the treatment. Mind you, no one in my facility had the Row. And it's like, are you kidding me? Like, my COPD patient needs their breathing treatments. Like, this is, are you kidding me? This is absurd. It's neglect is what it is. It's pure neglect. So, you know, after raising some hell, we were able to get our COPD and our CHF patients their breathing treatments back. Later on, do I come to find out about the studies. They noticed early on that there were not as many COPD patients being admitted to the hospital for RoRo like they expected. So there was actually analysis and data and all this stuff collected. And patients who were on corticosteroid, steroid breathing treatments were less likely to be hospitalized from the RoRo. But yet they went through in DC all the breathing treatments. I mean, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And you're supposed to expect me to believe that you have my best health, your best interests? No, don't think so. Don't think so. Also, what I'd noticed was anybody who was suspected of RoRo, of course, everybody always tested negative, but if they were even suspected, because people get sick, people get upper respiratory tract infections, they were going through and prescribing doxycycline and dexamethasone, which is an antibiotic and a steroid. And I thought to myself and said to my coworkers, we are treating this like we treat any other respiratory tract infection. So that said to me, this is really the same thing. It's the same thing. We're treating this the same way we treat anything else. But then it was like, oh no, you can't even, guys, if you test positive for the RoRo, how many of you could get a steroid and an antibiotic from your doctor? I don't know anybody on the outside that got a steroid and an antibiotic. They were lucky to get a Z-Pack, and a Z-Pack is an immunomodulatory, so it helps balance out, your immune system to help you from going into that cytokine storm. But did they give them a steroid with it? No. I mean, it has been the most absurd stuff that I have ever witnessed in my career. And it was just like, I was like, I can't do this. I can't do this anymore. So, like I said, took a break. I'm not getting the jib jab. That's another thing. Natural immunity, okay? They've just expected us to throw our education completely out the window. Just everything you learned, forget about that, and go along with our garbage, Hey, buddy. Use my chewini. And I just can't do that. Couldn't do that. I contracted Omicron, and I will not be getting the jib jab. And also, guys, it's really common sense. It's like, I think the reason we're having, God knows what they've put in these things, but as far as me, I'm 44. I'm healthy. I kind of got some issues going on, which is another reason I didn't want to get the jib jab. But it's like natural immunity has always been superior. This is not anything new. This is not rocket science. Never has someone gotten the flu and the doctors and the nurses be like, oh, take the flu shot after you've had the flu. I mean, because what's it gonna do? So I use that same logic with the RoRo. And even they're still trying to say, after you've had the RoRo, you still need one shot. Not happening. Not gonna do it. And if I have to sacrifice my career to stand on my education and the science that I know, that's what I'll do.